Hi everyone, I was asked to take a look at this footage by Steve Skipper on X. I'm sure many of you have seen this clip where the fire service vehicle doesn't give way to the cyclist who is on a cycle lane. Let's take a look at the clip first of all.
Jeez. Really? Thank you. You'd expect better, wouldn't you?
The clip was recorded by Greg N, known as Noodles71. And Greg called out the London Fire Service by saying, "Is there any chance you could follow your own advice? Left-turning trucks failing to look out for cyclists at junctions is the most deadly thing when it comes to cycling around London." And I totally agree. The driver of this London Fire Service vehicle should have done loads better.
Jeez.
The cyclist did have priority, but a large percentage of the people who commented said the cyclist should have made it a non-event. So that's what I replied. And this is my reasoning why. This is the first frame where the fire service vehicle signals. We can see the junction up ahead, and it's quite an easy assessment to work out that the cyclist is going to be arriving at the same point at the same time as the fire service vehicle, unless something's done about it. And although the responsibility to do this should be on the driver, I wouldn't have carried on like this cyclist does. But in the time since my last pause, the cyclist has not caught up to the driver of this red vehicle whatsoever. So, from a cycling perspective, Rule 74 now applies. And the last sentence states, "Do not ride on the inside of vehicles signalling or slowing down to turn left." And as I've said before, if you combine this with Rule H3, it's a double-edged sword of protection. It states you should not cut across cyclists, horse riders or horse-drawn vehicles going ahead when you are turning into or out of a junction or changing direction or lane, just as you would not turn across the path of another motor vehicle. This applies whether they are using a cycle lane, cycle track or riding ahead on the road. You should give way to them. So when both road users fail to do their part, you get increased risk. Now let's just think for a second, who has seen who? It should be pretty obvious that the cyclist has seen the red fire service vehicle, but it's not obvious the other way round, especially when we roll the clip on and the cyclist might have been hidden behind the bus stop. What about now? There's no way that the driver of this vehicle can see the cyclist at this point, and any reasonable road user would just slow down, allow the vehicle past and continue after, exactly following Highway Code Rule 74. Would you have been able to make this a non-event, or was it a near miss like I got told?
Jeez. Really? Thank you. You'd expect better, wouldn't you?
But I definitely agree. I would have hoped the professional driver would have done much better than that.